Okay, this problem is going to consist in deriving up an equation that has simple interest involved in it. So let's see what it says. Jill invested $10,000 in two ways. Part of the money was invested at 8.5% simple interest, and the remainder was invested at 10%. After 1 year, the combined interest was $900. How much did Jill invest in the first account? Well, once we find out how much Jill invested in the first account, it'll be pretty easy to find out how much she invested in the second account. So let's look at this. And let's use this color here. Okay, first off, simple interest. So let's write what that formula looks like. So it's the interest is equal to the principal, or the amount invested, times the rate times time. So we have two accounts. We have the interest, okay, that's occurred in the first account, plus the amount of interest in the second account. We add both of those interests up, and what did it sum to? 900. So let's look at the first account. This is the unknown. We don't know how much Jill invested. So that's going to be our unknown, and we'll just label that as P. The rate, however, is known, and it's 8.5%. I'm going to put that out here, 0.085. Okay, so we got to convert that over. The time was 1 year, and that is right here. Okay, and it account for 1 year. Plus now she invested $10,000 in two ways. Okay, in two ways. In this particular part of the equation, we would have to say 10,000 minus P. We don't know what P is, but we do know that both of them added together was $10,000. So we can just simply say 10,000 minus P. So this part of the equation is just this. Okay? The rate was 10%, so 0.10 also times 1. See, we're just filling out this equation right here. Principal times rate times time is equal to 900. Okay? So now we have an equation, and we want to solve for P in the equation. So let's try to clean this up. So this is going to be 0.085 times P plus 0.10 times 10,000 minus P is equal to 900. So we have an equation, and we want to simply solve for P. So what we're going to have to do here is we're going to go ahead and distribute this across. So this is 0.10 times 10,000 That's going to give us 1,000. I'll go ahead and rewrite this part. 0.085p plus 1,000 minus 0.10p is equal to 900. Okay, so we collect up our like terms. 0.085 minus 0.10, and that's going to give us a negative 0.015p is equal to, let's go ahead and take this over, or subtract 1,000 from both sides. So we have 900 minus 1,000. All right. So 900 minus 1,000 is going to leave us with 100. And of course, we'll rewrite so now what we'll want to do is multiply both sides by negative. All right, 0.015. Let's go ahead and put a parentheses around that since that negative sign's there. Now we're left with P is equal to, so we're about to find out what he invested, or what she invested, I should say. And this should have been a negative right here, I just noticed, because a negative times a negative is positive. Okay. And what a number, 6,666. And I think what we're going to do here, we'll just round it to 2 decimal places. Now, when we approximate this, we must write, we can't write equals here. We have to write these little squigglies, okay, approximating. Okay, so in the first account, Jill invested $6,666.67. And to find out what she invested in the second account, you would just subtract that from the 10,000. Okay, that would tell you how much she invested in the second account. Okay, so that's pretty nifty. Now you can generalize this stuff in this particular model here and use it in a lot of other different places besides money. All right. All right, see you over in the next problem.